Hi, I'm Dave Anderson. Welcome to the management program, Your Role as a Catalyst. If I could think of a one-word job description for a leader to embrace and act upon on a daily basis, it just might be catalyst. I want to talk about how to exhibit that role, how to demonstrate it, how to live it on a day in, day out basis, whether you're running a department with one person or 1,000 people. This is essential. So you should have the handout in front of you. We'll go through the same one together. Look at what it says with opening thoughts. The dictionary defines catalyst as a person or thing that makes something happen. That's really what leadership is all about, making something happen. It says, rarely is it that such an economy of words so accurately describes the expected role of any leader on a day in, day out basis. The bottom line is this: leaders get paid to make things happen both personally and through each team member, both personally and through people. We've got to get it done ourselves and learn how to get it done through others. We can't wait for it to happen. We can't wish it would happen. Wonder at the end of the day, why didn't it happen? We've got to go to work to make it happen. So I've got 3 laws of physics that actually will help us understand how to apply this role on a daily basis. Look what it says. There are 3 laws of physics. Now, don't let that turn you off. Actually, physics can really help us in leadership if we understand these 3 laws. When understood and applied, greatly aid leaders and their role to act as a daily catalyst. Now, I put these in layman's terms. We're not going to use the official physics terms, but I think you're going to see there's a real connection between what these laws of physics say and what our role should be and must be on a day in, day out basis, and how we can leverage this law to get greater results in our organization. Let's move to Roman numeral 1. Here's the first law. Objects in motion tend to stay in motion. Objects at rest tend to stay at rest. Now, if you're a manager, you can probably just substitute the word salespeople for objects, and you'll see where this law can help you. Salespeople in motion tend to stay in motion. Salespeople at rest tend to stay at rest. We've got to get people in motion. We've got to get them in motion, and not just the last few days of the month when the time is running out. We've got to have structure and systems that keep people in motion, and so something is much more likely to happen that's positive on a daily basis. Let's look at the second law of physics. This is actually the second law of thermodynamics, and talk about how we can apply it in our business. Move on to Roman numeral number 2. Things naturally wind down rather than up unless outside energy is applied. Well, think about that. It's perfectly sensible to realize that things don't naturally wind up. They will naturally wind down unless outside energy is applied. And I just want to let you know that you are supposed to be that outside energy. As the leader, as a catalyst, as someone who goes to work to make something happen, you must assume the role of that outside energy. And if you don't, things will naturally wind down. They're not going to naturally wind up. We've got to understand that. This may be happening in your department right now. Things have fizzled. They've come to a stall because you are not acting as a catalyst and applying that outside energy to have them wind up. Let's move now to the third law. Roman numeral number 3. Entropy increases, or things get worse over time in a closed system. But if you bring in a new source of energy, and if you just underline new source of energy, entropy can be reversed. Again, you see energy coming into play a lot here. It takes energy to get objects in motion. It takes energy, outside energy, to cause things to wind up rather than wind down. It takes outside energy to reverse entropy and to stop it in the first place. And so we are that energy. It's really hard to create that energy if we talk like a leader, but we act like an anchor, sitting in our office far too often, for too long during the day, pondering reports and looking at computers and sending memos and making phone calls. That's not the type of energy we're talking about here. We're talking about energy where you roll up your sleeves, where you engage with people, where you engage with customers, where you shape your culture, rather than just hope something comes in from the outside to get things moving. No, you are that energy. Now, let's continue to dig a little deeper into these 3 laws.